Welcome back again, and now into a bantamweight contest with two contrasting fighters. First of all, there's Glasgow's Joe Kelly, who's moved up to bantamweight after two unsuccessful attempts at winning the British flyweight title. His 19-year-old opponent from London, Marvin Stone, is unbeaten after only 3 fights. When he was Marc Clark, he did reach the semi-final of the ABAs. It's scheduled for 8 rounds.
So Joe Kelly and Marvin Stone now, and we knew him as 19-year-old Marc Clark, the London champion, who actually was boxing out of Glasgow, but has now gone back to London. So it's a big step for Marvin Stone. The 3 wins on the turn he's had now against a very experienced man in Joe Kelly, of course, ABA flyweight champion back in '82. So he's one ahead of Stone in the ABA ladder. He too at one time was in London. Kelly was a professional in the Lawless stable and lost his debut to Bobby McDermott. But come on since then, hasn't he? Good fights with Pat Clinton, lost on a cut iron, and a very good battle for the vacant flyweight championship in London over 12 rounds. And with Dave McCauley. So he took the name Marvin Stone apparently and got the head shave because Marvin Hag was his hero. So 8 rounds then, and there's only a few ounces in it actually. That's bantamweight, 8, 7 3/4 Stone, just a couple of ounces heavier than Kelly.
This is quite a tough match for little Stone. It's a surprising match so early in his career, because even if he beats Joe Kelly, then he's stuck up there in the higher league and he has to stay there. I don't know if I was looking after young Stone, if I would have taken this fight. But he certainly looks like not a bad little fighter, but maybe rushing him ahead of himself a little bit.
And apparently only agreed to join the London stable of Frank Maloney today. So there you are, Billy. Not quite as quick on his toes as he used to be, Jim Billy Rafferty, but he needs to be. They really are flying a bit, these two, aren't they? So coming up then for the countdown, the end of the first. This is the second moving up to the bantamweight class now for Kelly. So there it is then, the rundown on Joe Kelly. He's already had one at bantamweight, defeated Graham O'Malley. Seems though he's been around forever. He's amateur international for Scotland from '81 till '84.
Second down.
Timekeeper called 2 there, but it is actually the 3rd round. Oh, he's really getting stuck in now, Kelly, and the crowd know it, and I think Stone knows it. You remember against Pat Clinton, Jim, how Kelly came on so strong at the end of the contest, didn't he?
Yeah, well, Kelly obviously enjoys the second half of the fight more than the first half, because the pace is slowed down. But he should really be putting Stone under a little bit more pressure. The way he started this round is the way he should be going about his task. because Stone is very slick, good movements, good counter puncher, so you have to put these fellas under severe pressure.
Just poses a bit too much, Stone, don't you think? Just sort of, you know, there he is there looking for an opening, but he's falling short with those leads.
Yeah, but I think I see a bit of blood coming from Kelly, the top of Kelly's head. Yeah, well, I think Stone is quite right to take his time. He doesn't want to make any silly mistakes. Kelly is a bit more experienced and he's going to make the running, so Stone's trying to counter punch, he's trying to draw the leads and keep himself out of trouble. I don't think he really wants to get any more involved than he is getting.
Just a cut to the side of the head, as you were saying there, Jim Kelly. It's high up somewhere, it must have been a head clash. But that normally never interferes with a contest, because the seconds can keep that under control. Good little scrap, Jim, isn't it? There's good tit-for-tat stuff now. As you say, he's opening up a bit better now, Stone.
Yeah, well, Kelly's forcing him to fight now. Stone has been trying to box, keep it at long range, but that's virtually impossible against Kelly. So I'm actually quite impressed by young Stone. That's a good performance.
So there it is, right up high on the head there. They just use a bit of a pressure pad there. Must have bumped heads along the way somewhere there. And with the height advantage that Stone's got, it's hard to spot how that happened. So there's some details then of Stone.
Double crossing and everything's going like that. Don't get caught, you know what I mean? You're less very far, get caught in the last shot. That good on the last one.
Right, Marvin.
And we're into round 4 then of this very fast bantamweight scrap then to re-identify Joe Kelly from Glasgow, Marvin Stone, ex-Glasgow, now London, and family from Barbados, but he was born in Battersea in London.
Next time back.
Well, if he was looking for experience, Jim Marvin Stone, he's certainly getting it, and he's boxing well, isn't he? But a little terrier of an opponent.
Yeah, well, I like the way Stone's coping with Kelly. Kelly is trying to put him under pressure, but Stone's always worked at his own pace. He's never got rattled. He's never got frustrated. He's just stuck to the task. It's a hard little night for him. A flash of heads there. Stone seemed to come off worse. It caught him just on the eye. I hope there's no blood in Stone's eyeballs.
So he's standing now meeting the Scot coming on. Some more blood about there, Jim, isn't there?
Yeah, there was a bad clash of heads there.
Yeah. And the referee's got to have a look at that. He's going to wipe that away. And Nigel Ben's to return to the ringside now. He's looking on at this one and wondering what's happening. And it's all over in the 4th round. What a shame that was, because Marvin Stone was boxing well. Don't begrudge Joe Kelly a victory at all. It was definitely a head clash, I would have thought, but not no way any disqualifications involved there. It was an accidental clash. What a pity it happened that way.
Well, a pity about the head clash, but it did look as if Kelly was going to have too much experience for Stone at this stage of his career. Well, ever since the light welterweight, Pat Barrett, moved up from Manchester to Glasgow, the Scottish crowd have really expected fireworks from him. He didn't disappoint them. Tonight he was up against the Belgian Marc Delfosse. We're going to pick it up now at the start of the scheduled 8 rounds.
So there it is, and scheduled for 8 at light welterweight. 10 stone 4. The Black Flash from Manchester, now stationed in Scotland, and the first visit of the Belgian, then Marc Delfosse. Got himself quite a fan club now, Pat Barrett, originally from Manchester, and he's boxed in Washington, USA, and defeated Jeff Decker here in Glasgow in the 5th round, and Michael Howell in 87 in Stoke. That was a fight night series. I'll tell you much about the Belgian. He drew his first 3 pro fights. I haven't heard of that. Then lost his 4th, but since then he's got back on a winning run because he's won his last 6. Punch of all, just over a first minute, and he tagged him, and then Mullen let Barrett keep punching there, and I don't know whether he may get up from there, but I don't think he wants to go on. No, he doesn't. He's been hit around the body, and the towel's in at the same time. About 1 minute and 35 into the round there, the only really barrage of punches that Barrett threw. So the chance of easy then. And this fellow really has come a long way to oblige, as they say. Wonder what happened to him there. He certainly got banged around the ribs as well as the chin. So, Jim, have a look at the replay of this finish then.
Well, straight away, Barrett did look in a different class from Delfosse. All the moves, very quick puncher, showed a little bit more power than I've seen in the past. Barrett is definitely improving with every outing, and Delfosse out of his class here. A couple of punches on the floor, which he could have been penalised for, but the fight was all over by then.
Yeah, there it is from a different angle. I thought Len Mullen just allowed Barrett 2 or 3 punches more than he should have done. He wasn't. I think he was more surprised, the referee, that the Belgian was going to go down. Those punches around the ribs at the finish were the ones that sickened him. And there he goes in now.
Well, that was a mismatch, and in my view, Delfosse would have been better off spending his time in Belgium and not coming here. You won't be wasting your time, though, if you join us again for the next fight night, which is in 2 weeks' time.